Hello everyone. So in the last video, we ran the simulation for our NACA 0012 airfoil. And you can see our calculation has been completed. So once the calculation gets completed, you will get this kind of message, calculation complete. So press OK. So as I mentioned, what you have to do is whenever you are running any simulation, you have to always you have to always uh, write the case and data file. And why you have to do that is because let's say later if you want to plot something, you let's say this time you plotted the contour for velocity, you forgot to plot the contour for pressure, and later your manager or your professor asks you to plot the contour for pressure, you will not rerun the simulation again because we run simulation for like large number of iterations like 1000 5000 and it takes a very long time to run those kind of simulation. So it's always better to uh, write the case and data file. So what you have to do, go to file, export case and data, and then wherever you want to save it you can save it, and then that's it. And one correction which I want to make is, so if you are using the previous version of NC Fluent, so there you will get an option in write, but here you will getting an option in export. So likewise, there will be some changes in interface. Okay. So now we are done with our simulation. The next what? Next we have to plot some contours so that we can analyze our results. So to do that, you will go to results. And here, if you want to, let's say, draw some contours of, let's say, mesh, vector, you want to draw some streamline. So all those options you will find under graphics. And if you want to plot, let's say, some kind of XY plot, then you can find all these things under plots. So let me plot just one velocity contour, or let's say pressure contour in this case. So in order to do that, I will go to contour, double click it, and first we will give the name. So I am plotting pressure contours. So you can see I'm plotting contours of pressure and where I want to plot this contour. So what most of us do is we select all of this, and then when we, let's say, plot the contour, you can see our contour looks something like this. So if you see, we are seeing the grid, not the like plane surface. So in order to plot the contour on plane surface, not on grid, you have to first create a fluid zone. How will you do that? Go to surface, create zone. So if you see, all the zone has already been created except this thing called as fluid domain. So click on fluid domain, click on create, and then when you go to contour, so deselect all of this and just click fluid domain and then click on save. So now you can see your contour looks very better. And always whenever you are plotting the contour, you have to turn off this auto range, global range and clip to range, and then click on compute so that you will get the minimum and maximum values. And then you need to change these numbers based on how you have to change this number so that your contours will look better. Never ever in NC Sprint go with automatic range. So let me say in this case, I want, let's say, minus 200 to, let's say, 200, and let's see how my contour look like. So now you can see my contour looks very better as compared to the last one. So likewise, you can change. Likewise, if you want to plot, let's say, instead of pressure, let's say you want to plot velocity contour. So velocity contour. So this time I'm plotting velocity magnitude again on fluid domain. So make sure you turn off global range, auto range and clip range. Again, click on compute, save or display. And If you remember, my velocity was 52 point something. So I'm keeping 50, and minimum should be, let's say, -10. So likewise, you need to play with these numbers so that your contour looks better. So let's say 20. You can see as I'm changing number, the contour is getting better and better. Likewise, if you see here right now in the legend, the values are in scientific notation. So all these things also you can change by go to color map, and you can see right now the number format is exponent. You can change it to float. You can change the length and width of your legend. You can select what you want to display. Like here you can see right now it says velocity magnitude. So if you want to display something else, you can do that also. If you want to use log scale, you can do that. So there are different options which you can play around with, and you can make your contours look better. Similarly, let's say you want to plot XY plot. So you can just click on XY plot. So I am plotting, let's say, CP versus cross section plot. CP versus cross section, and CP is coefficient of pressure. So this time pressure coefficient on airfoil, let's say top surface. So remember one more thing. Right now I am plotting for x equal to 1, y equal to 0, because I am talking about 0 degree angle of attack. If it is 10 degree, you have to plot for cos 10 and sin 10 likewise. Then save and plot. So you can see this is my plot for pressure coefficient versus cross section. So again, if you want to change the title of the axis or the number format, you can do all those things in axis. So here in x-axis, I want to give x-axis title as cross section, and I want to change this number type from general to float. Precision is, let's say, 2, and then apply. Again, if you don't want auto range, you can change it. I know that minimum is 0, maximum is 1, so 0 to 1. Similarly, along y-axis, I want to keep pressure coefficient as the name of my axis. And again, type should be float, precision should be 3, apply, and then close. Similarly, if you want to change this curve, go to curve. So let's say I don't want green, I want, let's say, red color. So you can do that. You can thick this curve, you can make it more thinner, all those things you can do here. So likewise, you can play along with some of the options, and then you can see which looks good for you. And if you want to export this, what you have to do is just click on this option, and there will be an option of camera save picture. So here you can save picture either in JPEG format, PNG format, or whatever format you want. And likewise, you can see if I save it, my picture will look something like this. And then you can save it wherever you want. Now, it's not necessary that you have to do all these things in the solution part also. If you want, you can do it in post process also. Let me show you that as well. So let me first close Fluent. Now, what you can do is you can go to result. So you can see the status on the bottom left corner starting CFD post. So this is a CFD post processor. So you can see it is loading right now. So now it is loaded. So whatever we did in the solution setup part, you can do all those things here as well. How? Let me show you. Let's say I want to plot velocity contour, which we did in the setup thing. So you can see here you have different options. If you want to draw streamline vector, streamline contour, some plot, all these things you can do here. So I want to go for contours. So you can give the name, let's say velocity contour, velocity contour. And here domain is where you want to plot it. I want to plot it for all domains, and where you want to plot it. I want to plot it for symmetric one. I want to plot velocity. So whether you want to plot global velocity, local velocity, and then click on apply. So you can see this is your velocity contour. So again, if you want, you can change this label. You can change where this legend should be displayed. So just click on this default legend view because this is default. If you want to create your own legend, just turn it off and then double click on this legend. So velocity legend. So you can see now I have this velocity legend here. Click on apply. So you can see I have this velocity legend. Now I don't want it to the right side. I want it to be left side. So I will change X justification from right to left and Y justification from top to center. You can see it came here. Now again, if you want to change it, let's say I don't like this scientific number. So go to appearance and you can see right now it is scientific. So make it fixed. Click on apply. So it is fixed now. Likewise, you can change shape, you can change size, you can change different things also. So likewise, you can create contours for pressure as well and other things as well. Whatever you did in solution thing, you can do all those things using CFD post process as well. So I hope everything is clear. Thank you.